Little intro music here on a Sunday morning in Chicago. Welcome all my aliens, apes, and zombies. It's CryptoNovo, and I'm actually here with MetaPunks mask on right now, live from Chicago. It is snowy here. The internet was actually out until up until a couple hours ago. We're gonna get Meta masks over to MetaPunk here and these CryptoNovo IO filters. As you can see right now, I'm so happy to bring in MetaPunk, who had these masks delivered to him from CryptoNovo.io in the Novoverse. Big thanks to Beskar. And we were hoping to get these masks on him live action today. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, we couldn't get it figured out with the restream. But this is what he's going to be looking at. He has it where he can be showing it off now. We just couldn't get it on restream. MetaPunk, how are we doing? It's morning for me, but what is it, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon on your side of the world?
No. Yeah, 3 p.m. on my side of the world. Time zones is really a challenging thing, but it's great. I mean, you were proposing to have this chat when like my 3 a.m. here, so this is perfect. It's sunny. I'm doing good. I love seeing that mask on you, man. You look so dope. Give it to me, please.
Yes. I'm so happy we got these filters over to you, so now we can get your voice spread and loved throughout the land of the metaverse. So you can take these filters in and have some fun with them. Sorry, I have my daughter here. So 9 in the morning here, I got my daughter having me open Play-Doh, which I love because it is a family thing here. And that's what we want to do, is get the family involved in this. And to get these filters out and have another member to the family, the filter family, I'm so happy with. Tell us a little bit about the MetaPunk that we're talking about here.
Yeah, I really think this is going to be the next step in evolution, not like the one, but one of the most important ones during 2022, having these masks. I already used one of them I used this MetaPunk one. I used it to make a small video in Instagram just a few days ago, like for the first time. And I'm blown away by the response. Like, people are like, what the fuck is that? Like, I would say 99% of my Instagram followers have no idea what a CryptoPunk is or what an NFT is, but still they thought it was so dope. And I was just amazed how simply it works. I'm really gonna go like more anon, just like, not like totally, degen anon, but I just really don't want to brand my face anymore. And that's what happened a few months ago. I was invited on a few YouTube channels, and it's just my face showing up all the time. And I don't, it's not something that I enjoy, although I really love people who do, like Gary Vee, or so many people who do a lot of face branding. But yeah, it's not for me. So the masks gives me this possibility to people get to hear my voice and my ideas, but they don't have to necessarily see my face. And so the first one I asked to get done was this one, right? The MetaPunk. That's my core. Like, that's my most. That's the one profile pickle.
This is your money maker right here. Yeah, your profile picture, the one that you have that we can see on your Twitter your Twitter profile right here. And that's what you want to do, is you want to make a name and a voice for yourself. And that's why I got my filter made back in the day for that exact same thing. And I love it. It looks sharp. I mean, you got the AR filter right there. You got the perfect mohawk going on too. So what attracted you to this albino female VR? I mean, this is a sharp looking CryptoPunk for sure.
Yeah. First of all, it had to be VR. So that was my starting point. I mean, I looked through all the traits, took a long time. And I just realized that my favorite trait is VR. And I think in my mind, I mean, each CryptoPunk holder has their own little thesis, but my little thesis is VRs are the next hoodies. Hoodies are obviously the non-rare trait that took over CryptoPunks, which is great. And I think the next step beyond that is VR. Also, another thing in my mind is that VR is the only futuristic aspect of all the CryptoPunks. you've got beards and cigarettes and sunglasses and hats and all these things, but none of them actually speaks to the future. They just speak to like multi-time version. Like we used hats 500 years ago and we'll use hats 500 years time. Same thing for cigarettes or same thing for sunglasses. But VR, we didn't use 500 years ago. Actually, we're not even using it now. It's actually something that's going to come into being with the time. So that was the VR part. Then I had to be punk, like no doubt. So I had to have a mohawk. I had before this one a VR with a red mohawk, the really rare one. But then I started realizing that, first of all, let me also say, I don't like the male CryptoPunks. I think they're really ugly. That square bottom really pisses me off. So I knew I had to have a female CryptoPunk 100% for sure, just for aesthetics. I'm not like sending any message. I send my message with my wows, and I invested in WoW right at the beginning. And that's how I send that. Actually, just talking about the collection as a whole, you'll notice it has a Metapunk, it has a Meta Hero, it has a Bored Ape, and it has a World of Women. Right. So those are the four.
Let's talk about the World of Women. I pull up your World of Women right now. It has the three glasses. And I'm a big fan of World of Women. I'm a holder of WoW as well. And this was important to you. And I actually didn't know that underlining aspect behind it, because I have the same thought process behind CryptoPunks. I think the female look of the chin is a lot better than the male look of the chin. And then also that just in general, I've been, looking into more female featured NFTs and female featured NFT projects, because I think they're just aesthetically better looking. I think they do have that wow factor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. The better looking part, but I guess that's pretty subjective. I'd say the objective element is right now, NFT Twitterverse is made up of, 90% males, 80%, 98%, I don't know. But it's definitely disproportionate. It sucks. And it's actually quite boring for me as a human being, because I spend the whole day interacting with guys all the time. And most of them are in a certain age group and they have a certain set of interests. It's very, very narrow right now. And half of the population in the world are women. So it's like, what the fuck? People don't even get, even just from a strictly investment point of view, isn't it so obvious that if we have, and like you look at the CryptoPunks, I think it's like 70% or 75% are male. You look at Bored Apes, and honestly, I think 100% of them are male. You look at many projects and you see this, like there's way too much supply, and then there's also a lot of demand. But then you move over to the 500 million humans. Like my girlfriend, she's an Instagram like addict, right? She's on there like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 hours a day. She loves it. She does stories. She does this. It's her thing. And she's like, this WoW is hers. Just so you know, this is WoW 84. I convinced her to buy it immediately as soon as we came back from vacation, because we were on vacation when WoW was minted. We came back and I said, hey, you got to buy this. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, I know you don't understand. This is like NFTs and one day it's going to be a big deal. And I bought a few WoWs for myself, but I really sat down with her for her to choose the one that she most identified with. And you wouldn't believe it. Like she fell in love with WoW 84, the whole thing. And she's actually not even into like 3D glasses. She's a very conservative. She's like, I don't know how to explain it, but she's not into freaky, weird stuff. And she doesn't have that kind of hair, but she loved the clothes. She said that those clothes, the adventurous clothes, really, they felt like action. And she had a bunch of things that were important to her. So yeah, World of Woman is going to rock it. Actually, I created these 4 masks as a statement. I think these will be the 4 most important profile pics in a year or 2 years' time. So that's my call. The top 4 in a couple of years' time will be CryptoPunks, Bored Ape, Meta Heroes, and World of Woman.
Let's
it's
talk
pretty
about
obvious to me
right now. We have your Meta Hero pulled up right now, and he has a mask over the face, but you can still have a talk right here. And the Meta Heroes do have a pretty significant following. With the origin of where they were one of the first large NFT projects out there that grasped a lot of people's attention. You know, it started,
Yeah.
it started a long time ago.
Yeah. By the way, this mask is a female mask as well. So this meta hero, her name is Violet X, and although she looks kind of bumped up because she's a mutant, she's actually a female warrior, one of the main characters in the IP of meta hero verse. And I actually got in touch with them. I mean, I know them all pretty well, and I asked them. I said, why aren't there like non-binary meta heroes? Like we should have male, female, and then non-binary. But that's just a little quirk. I think this was your best mask of the 4 that you guys made. I mean, the punk is solid because you guys have been doing punks forever. But I think the meta hero, this is the one that you guys nailed it. It's beautiful. And in this case, it's a core. So for those who are familiar with the Pixel Vault universe,
this is going to be awesome having a core meta hero out there as a filter, you know, out there.
That's the first one for sure, and it might be the only one for a while. I'd say the WoW is the same. Have you done it? My WoW was the first one, right?
You're correct. You have the first. That's why, you know, we had a first WoW with you. We had the first meta hero right here as well. You know, we're premiering them. These are premieres right now.
Yeah, these are premieres. And I think, honestly, when I look at the meta hero, I think everyone that has a meta hero should get a fucking mask. I mean, the WoW one, it looks okay, but it needs to be worked on. Like the mouth on the WoW is still, you know, figuring itself out. And the ape also looks okay. The punk is dope. But the meta hero, it actually looks like a real person's mask. It's not so, I don't know. You guys did a great job. And that mohawk, once again, I'm into punk stuff and I love mohawks. So it's unbelievable.
Beskar acts on the action, you know, producing them, making them for me. All I really do is put the word out there for them. I don't make much off of it. I just want to have filters out there so people can project their projects, talk about their projects, talk about the space, promote themselves. So, you know, tassel hats off to Beskar, and, you know, and you're seeing it right now. You're rocking it right now. And you have videos right here, you know, over 400 views just on this video right here. And you're able just to reach out to people, say good morning, you know, use it on multiple platforms and just have fun in the space. And that's what it's about, having fun, being able to come in here, link up, you know, get in with people that might not know much about the filters, and then be able to talk about it and talk about a little bit about what you want to present. And right now I'm loving it. Just like I say, I invite all my aliens, apes, and zombies. That includes everyone. And that's what you want to do, is bring in that other half of the world that, you know, are of the female mindset. And you see it right here in the CryptoPunks, how they do distribution of different male and female. All right. It is disproportionate. It is disproportionate in Bored Apes. My mind in it, those are rare. So in my mind, I look for things that are rare. There's less of
less of
a supply, and there's more demand because there are going to be more and more new people coming into the space, and we're going to see more and more of an equal gender and even third gender coming into the space as well, because people want cool things, and it doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. You're able to do that. So I love the mission. I love the statement, and I can tell it's personal to you, and I tell that you have a lot of passion behind it. So, you know, I love it.
Yeah,
I love
it. In my mind, I don't think the millennials actually get the gender issue, to be honest. I think it's, you know, it's more Gen Z that actually understand the gender issue and the fluidness of it and the spectrumness of it. And right now, Web 3.0 is being built by millennials mostly, or Gen X, my generation. So I think it's unfortunate that the leaders of the projects right now are so focused on male and female and so focused just on male, because actually what's going to happen is in a few years' time, when we finally get Gen Z to start building Web 3.0, like with success, we'll see very, very cool gender fluid stuff. Like you'll be looking at PFPs and you'll have no idea if it's what gender they're from. It's not that it doesn't matter. It actually, what it does is it's just not predicting the future correctly. I think, you know, one of the exciting things for me in life is to predict the future correctly, because whether I do that in investments or in other areas of my life, it ends up giving me a great benefit. And I think it's a pity. You look across, it's all very centric to, you know, the upper, like, you know, 30-something-year-olds, like that last those last few years of the millennial generation, let's say 33 to 38-year-olds are the ones that are building all this stuff right now. But when we get the 22-year-olds and the who currently right now 22, I mean they're gonna blow it. It's gonna be crazy. I think it's
a whole other market for people that are gonna move into it. And I love that I know that you've done your research, because I could tell in prior conversations with you. And it is how that you have been able to stay, as I call, 2 steps ahead, and know about CryptoPunks, and know about NFTs, and know about investment, and know about what to actually go into next, and what projects to go into. And that's a really important aspect of all of this. I think this would be actually a pretty awesome. Oh, right here. Well said. Thank you, Population X. That's awesome. Or Pollution X, and then also JRR Token looks awesome. Yeah, JRR Token, awesome. Thanks for listening and watching. Big, huge friend, and we got some big things plotted here as well. JRR Token and I think this would be a good transition to, one things that I was able to be a part of was a World of Women party. And that was in Miami, where I was able to meet people in real life, and some of those forward-thinking people that we're talking about, people that we can make a change and a voice, with NFTs right here, back again, now in Miami, right? You're back in Miami, because I think last week when we spoke, you were in Romania at the Bitcoin conference, correct?
Yeah. Last time we spoke, I was in Romania, and now here I am back in Miami.
What did you think about Metapunk, and kind of, it's almost an underlying statement that you're trying to do is get a voice out there for everyone, and it doesn't matter as long as it's in a positive direction. But it seems like there are a lot of similarities to this conversation this morning for me, and overseas for my people listening.
Yeah. No, you guys brought up a good point. This is what I'm trying to do, to bring more women into the space. And I'm really happy that guys, there are guys that are noticing that. So for me, is the most important thing is to bring more women into the space and empower them and teach them about crypto, about Bitcoin, about NFTs. I'm also the founder of an artist union back home in Romania. So it is still new, like Metapunk said. A lot of his friends don't know about NFTs and about this world. But yeah, I'm really happy to show them that there is another possibility to get out there and show your art, right?
And we were able to not only show art, but able to meet up and talk about a purpose. Like when we go to these events like World of Women, people think like, oh yeah, you're just going there and you're whatever, just a straight party. No, like these are like kind of business meetings going on. And we're able to connect not only with you, with your business partner, to, get some more traction, to get some more voice out there for something that I would not even have a clue about unless we actually sat down and talked about it as aliens, apes, and zombies, as humans, to get an underlying common cause. And right now, the Free Women DAF right here, why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, the World of Women party was amazing, and I'm happy that you brought that up, because it's quality people, right? Talking about the same things, trying to do good in the world, and I'm happy that I was at that party. Free Women Foundation is the first decentralized autonomous foundation. So basically, we're kind of revolutionizing the way foundations work, because it's transparent and decentralized. So most of the time, you go and donate for a cause, but you don't really know what's happening with the money. So now everything is transparent. You can see everything. You can see what happens with the money, right? Plus, you benefit from it, right? So for us is the utility is that 10% goes back to the members as passive income, right? And 30% we finance art. So a long story short, we buy art, we finance art to then finance women's project, right? Empowering women's project. So the Free Women Foundation, I came up with this because unfortunately I have a lot of friends and family that went through abuse. So for me, the first collection that I did talks about abuse and violence towards women. Each collection is gonna have a different cause and a different purpose. But the first one is, it talks about violence. So yeah, it's called Would You Hit That? I wanted to come up with a different approach and what? Oh yeah, you're on the website right now?
Correct. Yep. So I got the
Okay,
website in
cool.
front
So
of us. So it's FreewomenDAF Foundation right here. And it has the mission statement right there. Our mission is to build a community of like-minded people who can make a difference by supporting our main goal of rising awareness of women's rights and specific goals of protecting women's subjected to physical or sexual violence through the first campaign. So, I mean, right here,
Yeah.
what your
The first campaign, it's a bold one, right? It's a different kind of campaign. It's not like all those other campaigns with, you know, beaten up women or like blood on their face or a bruised eye. I wanted to show the beauty. I wanted to show that nude and sexy is not a reason to get abused, right? And I think it's for us women, you know, you are raised with that mentality that if you are sexy or if something happens to you, you must have done something, right? So you don't really like develop your sexuality till later on in life. So I think it's a subject that for women it really speaks out.
And you can see it right there in open page. It's all about, you know, would you hit that? So you can see what their purpose is, where it's going to go. Their link tree is awesome. You know, it has OpenSea, it has the Discord in there, Instagram, Twitter, their website. You can subscribe to the mail listing. It has it all right there. I love what you're doing. I love the purpose behind it. I love the boldness behind it, where you can use, you know, the human body and show it for the beauty that it is, for a purpose. And a lot of times it could be construed the wrong way, but you know, if you have a message and purpose behind it, I mean, the body is something that should be loved and celebrated. And right here, you're using it for a common purpose of creating that commonality. And there are people that unfortunately are subject to the same things that maybe people don't want to talk about, but sometimes that is the freedom of having that outlet to talk about it and having that outlets to create the means of helping others through these.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's if you want to be a member, so basically how it works is that we have 1,001 members, right? So it's simple. You get an NFT and you're part of the foundation. It's decentralized, it's autonomous, right? It's not governed by anyone. So if you want to vote on what's the next project's going to be, you know, everyone can do that. Yeah,
I love it. I love how
for me it's like hard to talk about it because, you know, seeing most of the artists in the first collection went through abuse. So you know, it has a meaning.
And it has people behind it. It's just not a photo of someone. There is a purpose, as you can see on their homepage, on their webpage right here, who it's benefiting right here. It spells it all out for you. It shows their powerful team that's behind it. I love the growth that you've done awesome since I last saw you in Miami. I'm proud of you. This is awesome. I mean, and we talk about through this stuff. And a lot of times when you have these live streams, like it's a live business meeting, and I just love how far you've come since talking to you in Miami just a few short weeks, months ago. And here it is, the OpenSea collection right here, where you can support the cause. And these, unfortunately, are people that, you know, have lived this unfortunate aspect of life. So now you have a chance to not only be a part of it, you can vote on the direction of what we want to do, because it's for everyone, you know, all the aliens, apes, and zombies. And you can see 22 items, 22 owners right there. And the next one, the drop, there's the countdown. I love it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
There's a countdown. Like the artist, the models in the first collection that are all artists. We have Cirque du Soleil acrobats, makeup artists, dancers, lawyers, actresses. Yeah,
Everyone,
like Cupid hosts.
because it
We
is
yeah,
it is a community effort, and it is everyone out there. And you know, if you want to, different people think of different things when they look at the human body. Me being in the past, being a physical educator, being having a background in health and stuff like that, I view everyone the same. I just want everyone to have fun in this space. That's why I loved Metapunk and Metapunk's message, and a lot of people in this space, where you're wanting to give back, when you're wanting to help others. And if we're all pulling on the rope, if you pull in the same direction, it makes it a lot easier. So for all my aliens, apes, and zombies, this is some pretty awesome, powerful stuff right here. Here's Miss Hollywood. And one thing that I've always learned in this space is when you start talking to the people who created these pieces and the people in the pieces, is you find out so much more behind the message. I learned that very early with Justin Aversano when he was trying to sell his twin flames to me. And I'm like, dude, like they're just pictures of twins. Like, I don't get it. And then I understood the actual tragedy that he went through early in life and that he lived with losing a twin in the womb. And it's just stuck with him. And that's the power behind his message. And I would have never learned that without talking with him. I would have never learned that without having a civil conversation with you at a World of Women party. I mean, that's what it is. That's what these events are for, is to link up with like-minded people who have a common cause. And we're seeing that with powerful projects like World of Women. We're seeing what Metapunk is trying to do with, you know, his knowledge of being 2 steps ahead. And right there, JRR token, I really love that. A project with a purpose, and the purpose is not lining your pockets with ETH and, you know, getting on to the next project. It's helping others, and that's exactly what you're doing. You're bringing focus to people who want to be presented. For me, like I've had a big problem with people who are been used in like plays and art, where like they're used in art and they're displayed, and their body and their likes and images are used for all of time, but like they get paid once for it, and that's it. And I want them to have that chance of making a name for themselves for eternity, you know, doing their craft. And if their craft is dancing in Cirque du Soleil, if their craft is, you know, using their body and physical spirits that create entertainment for people, then they should be able to monetize that for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Like for us, everybody wins, because the artist wins, right? The investor, the creators. So yeah, it's like a family, like you said, right?
It is a family, and part of this family I'm going to bring in here is Mostafa, because he a photographer extraordinaire, and that's what I'm trying to do in this space, is bring everyone in. And you know what, people might not know because he only has 52 followers, but we're going to bump that up. But one thing, just like anyone else, it is for all my aliens, apes, and zombies, and I want to get people out there that want to spread the message. And he's been working hard. He's been trying to get a hold of me, and I'm like, hey, want to come on the show? He's like, what? So now we're here now, live action. Thank you are you in New York right now?
Yeah, I'm currently actually in Jersey City, like right across the river from New York.
Right on, right on. I think we got another New York. No, you're in Miami. Oh, you're down there warm in Miami. But New York, big city, big dreams. And right here, Mostafa, first time talking with you, man. What's going on? How have you been? Why don't you introduce yourself not only to me, but other people that might be watching right now?
Well, so my name is Mostafa Douban. I'm a filmmaker and photographer based out of New York. I've been doing photography for like the last like about 15 years. Like all my work is shot on film. Like I'm like a big film photographer. Like let's see here.
IMDb, and you know, here it is right here. And I love what you're doing in the film industry for 15 years strong. And that's like that's what it's about, you know. And now it's a new medium where you can get yourself seen, known, and heard right here. And one of those platforms is on Instagram. And where, I mean, man, you got a ton of followers. Dang. How'd you get all these followers? What have you been doing here?
Well, I've been having Instagram for a while.
That doesn't matter. 5,000 followers, 5,000 followers. So you're putting this out there. Are these people, are these friends that you're putting out here? Are these people from your neighborhood? You know, what's the background here?
Most of it is like friends and travel and just like exploring and stuff. Like some of that stuff there is from Jamaica. That right there is India. Right there, that's some of the images I uploaded on my OpenSea collection is like from my travels to India. I was out there for like about 6 months working on a Netflix series called Delhi Crime. And this is not from the set. This was just like me exploring through Mumbai, just like different neighborhoods. This was like a slum pocket in Mumbai, and I was just like exploring there. Like it was like really fascinating. Like the like well, it's like slums and everything, but just like the way of life
It's
and
still
everything there.
organized. Yeah, but it's still organized. Life is still going on, and maybe a region of the world that I'm learning about right now. Cause like, you know, I've seen stuff like this and maybe like movies like Hulk and stuff, where you just see it like in movies and in passing, where like maybe I'm not as cultured in that. Is this maybe just someone like walking to work with goods? It seems like there's a
Yeah,
person there,
that's
which
what
kind
it seemed like. It looked like he was had some goods like he was going to sell, like some fashion pieces there.
off to work just like all of us. I mean, life still goes on. It might not look like what we look at like outside, but it is organized. There is some type of status and structure. Then you do have, you know, maybe a larger structure in the background, which does, you know, show, you know, the different
Yeah,
complexities to maybe social hierarchy just in my outside mind. Um,
100%.
and you know, through your travels, and I see that you're pretty loaded in here on the international movie database, man. I mean, you have done your work, you have been traveled, you have been well versed. I don't know if you want to bring up anything about your normal 9 to 5, or you want to continue down this NFT journey, but you know, I am seeing the colors in this. In I'm on your OpenSea right now. All right, you can get to it by going to I think it's on your, you can go down onto his link tree, into his link tree. Bam, brings him right over to OpenSea. Tell us a little bit about the coloring used behind these pictures.
Well,
Are these photographs? Sorry.
it's pretty much all natural. Like I just tweaked it just a little bit. It was shot on expired film, so I didn't have to do much in editing. Like I just tweaked the colors just a little bit, just to like make them pop out a little more. But it's pretty much as is.
I'm getting a spinning spiral right here. I want to give the picture justice as it's done, because I think it just looks cool. Just like where he has, it almost just looks like a rusted colored beard, and like what's on his hand, what's on his arm right here, like there it is. It's loaded up.
He had like some sort of bag with I believe like maybe
I see.
grains in there or something like that. Like
Almost like a bus, like a nylon burlap sap type of material. And you know, is it just like, were they eager to come up as you're taking pictures of them? Did you have to ask them? I mean, a picture's worth 1,000 words here. I mean, this is, I kind of want to be put in that place and time for a couple of seconds just to see what was going on.
yeah, so I was like just exploring, walking through the beach, and I met this man here, and like we just had a quick interaction. Like I walked past him, and like I thought he looked super interesting. Like he has like this like really like mystic look to him. So I just was like asking for a photograph, and he agreed, and that was about it.
That looks awesome. Like, without knowing that was a photograph, I would think like someone digitally enhanced like that hand on there. Like he's almost like turning into a Matrix character, but that is just like real stuff that you see and you don't see every single day, you know, and lots of people are loving this picture. And that's why I love bringing it out here. Is this, man, that's awesome.
Thank you.
And that's why you got to capture images and take stuff like this, because not only that, it's a moment in time for yourself of what you did in your journey of, you know, your life's work. And your life's work might be, and I don't know any of this per se, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but like going out and finding these maybe different locations for these different shoots of what's going on, you know, for different parts of the world, which you know, right here, like I'm from Chicago. I drive by different types of situations too. I see different types of situations, and you know, it just makes me think of how hard people have to work throughout the entire world and pretty much how easy I have it right now. I get to sit here and talk amongst friends, and I want to be able to have that voice and get that out there. Because Mustafa, somewhere I know behind this, there's a silver lining that you're going to want to help people and by show these images, you know, and show what's going on there throughout the world. That's important, and that's important to you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have taken this photograph and you wouldn't have shared these images, and you wouldn't have wanted to be so eager to come on to the show and talk about these types of things.
No, 100%. Like, that's like exactly what I would love to do. Like, try to help like some of the youth in these neighborhoods, and like just like however way I could, like just connect with some of these places like in India. Like, it's hard for like children to get opportunities to like just do something different with their life, like with the caste system there and everything. Like, they just think there's only one way of going about things. So like, it would be really cool to just raise up some funds to donate to charities out there and
to help others with the cause. You know, we see it all the time. I remember talking with Owu. He is the creator of the Afro Droids, and he says in his homeland of Nigeria, like they can't get on Twitter, you know? And I'm like, well, what do you mean you don't have any Twitter followers? And I looked on his Discord and he had like, I don't know, like 15, 20,000 people on Discord. I'm like, how did you get that many people? It's just like cell phones. He's like, we can't link into Twitter, but people on their cell phones can get on Discord. People on their cell phones can now buy and sell and take pictures of art and NFTs. So now they're able to make, you know, their own NFTs. And that's what's important, is giving them that idea and that message, which can come across very simple of just education, teaching them how to do it, getting a photograph, adding some color, adding some aperture to it, having some background to it, adding your friends to it, and then just having fun, you know, and that's what it's about, having fun. Because once you're having fun in the space, it doesn't take time, you know. Fun once you're having fun is not work. And then it just turns into a passion. And that's what I'm seeing out of the people speaking here today in front of us. I should have just gone to Instagram and went right here while it's loading up. These things are on OpenSea as well. They're just taking a little bit longer to open up on the metadata for OpenSea. But right here, you can see a whole bunch of them on Instagram. Mustafa, anything else for the good of the cause? Anything you want to say? Any other projects coming out?
I'm definitely going to be uploading some more OpenSea collections soon. I just wanted to get this one going, but I got a bunch more work I want to share with you guys, like in the future, and some movie stuff, like some short films and stuff like that I would like to put up as collections.
That's awesome. Look up. I'm going to do it live action right now. And if you forget, you just watch back on this live stream. This will be saved on YouTube if you're tuning in late. And it's also on Twitch right now. Look up David Russo. I believe he lives around the neighborhood from you. He created his old photographies and he turned them into 30-second, almost one of a kind. What did he call them? Micro cine essays. So he explains the photos through essays in it. And, you know, maybe that's a dynamic that we can maybe bring. Sorry, my daughter's in the background ringing a bell. Maybe that's a dynamic we can bring to Free Women Foundation too, where you can link in maybe the message of the females that were affected by these things, or a poem attached to it, or whatever they may be. Maybe
we were thinking of something like that.
David Russo, awesome. He's worked with high people in the game, Lady Gaga, Kobe Bryant. He's trying to redefine his work. Hardworking gentleman. I'm always behind that guy. Cool dude. And let's see, he was in NYC NFT, and I saw him at Super Chiefs Gallery with Justin Aversano. There we go, another Twin Flames connection. So he is looped in with all that. But that's why we do these things, live business meetings. I get ideas in the top of my head. Idea I have right now is I want to get my daughter into some snow pants. I want to get her out there playing and making some snow angels out here in Chicago while it's here. We got to play with it while it's here on the ground. That snow it is. Let's go around the horn. Metapunk, you still around, my friend? Metapunk, I'm going to get back on.
I'm here.
I'm going to get that filter hooked up with you. My buddy BestRx is actually landing right now as we speak. We're going to get you on with your filters live so we can talk some mad filters. We'll have another filter show at your time because you know what? It's the sun's setting in your end of the world in a couple hours here. I appreciate your time that you have spent on the show today, but I want to get these things on so you can talk filter to filter with me, my friend.
Okay. Whenever we get it done, I'll be here.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And Free Women Foundation, again, you always have my ear. The next evolutionary steps in your process, by all means, let me know. And we got the countdown. Yes, sweetie. I'll be with you in 1 minute. I'm building the future for you, my daughter. All right. And just like my friends here on the show, we want to build it better for everyone. Anything for the good of the cause until the next time we link up or meet up. So right here, we can go to OpenSea right here. Check out the newest on there. There'll be new ones released. As you can see, owners and items are matched up. So everything's pretty much secondary sale. Get them while they're hot and create the discussion. All right. Would you hit that? What does it actually really mean? All right. Because there are people behind every image. All right. And some of those people taking those images, Mostafa, thanks for coming on the show. Any new art, share it with us, my friend. You know, link in. Let's link back in a couple months. If you find any people in these, any people that want to talk about the photographs that they're in, by all means, you know, let's spread that message, spread that love.
That would be beautiful. I would love that.
Definitely. And if you need a filter right here, we got it in the Novoverse. We'll get it hooked up properly. Sorry for the technical difficulties with MetaPunk. I just wanted to show that off today. But right there, and I want to give a big shout out to JRR Token and Beskar X, my buddies in this journey who are getting us where we need to be. And that's getting voices to these NFTs so people can make a name for themselves. I'm trying to make a name for myself. I'm Crypto Novo. I got to find my outro music, which is some Dream Loops from Belectro Labs. They're making a name for themselves through song. They're playing their NFTs so I can jam out to them. All right, all my aliens, apes, and zombies, I just want to say stay positive and love life. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks, Rebecca. Thanks for listening on my spaces. I appreciate it. Carlos. Who else we got on there? Sandman. Thank you, guys. Paul, big thanks. I appreciate you guys listening. Everyone at home, stay positive and love life on Spaces.